With so much drama in the game industry, it's kinda hard dropping all these 7Ds, but somehow, some way, I keep playing these 100-hour games like every single day. May I drop a little something for the geeks and make a few vids as I breeze through all of these dungeons, and the party's still here cause my strategy's strong. So, what's good in the web? Your man Q, aka The Geek, is back again, and I'm pretty sure by now that y'all had already heard that Sony, aka PlayStation, is in talks as we speak. Okay, maybe not as we speak, but PlayStation has been recently in talks to buy Kadokawa, the parent company of From Software. I said Firm Software, that's a law. I don't have no legal problems, y'all. I pay my taxes, damn it. Yeah, well, y'all know the folks that make Elden Ring, the folks that do Dark Souls, yeah. From Software, them folks. Sony already has a 2% stake in Kadokawa and a 14% stake in From Software. If they can secure the deal, they'll have both under the Sony flag. And peep this, not only will they acquire all the anime-based Kadokawa games like Natural Doctrine, which is such an underrated, oh my God, y'all don't even understand. It's such an underrated strategy-based RPG that dropped out in like 2014 for PlayStation. It's just like completely under the radar. Trust me, if y'all want to play something before 2-something, Natural Doctrine, Lollipop Chainsaw, Killer is Dead, Metal Max, Angel of Slaughter, Cinco Grande. You gotta roll your R's. I live in LA, so you know. Darius Burst, Sword Art Online and all of its entities, Let's Fish, Ninja Slayer Neo, just to name a few. They also will be getting control over all of the anime and manga properties too. Yeah, if y'all remember, a few years back, Sony got Funimation, and then that merged with Crunchyroll, which still hasn't completely merged with Crunchyroll because some of the Funimation stuff that was on Funimation still hasn't went to Crunchyroll. And at one point in time, like last year, I was paying for both just to watch Outlaw Star. I own the DVD box set, collector's edition. But I mean, you know, sometimes you don't want to go into the PlayStation or the DVD player, the Blu-ray, and change disc. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you thought the events that happened earlier in this November were stressful. Just wait until Sony buys up and locks down all the Japanese market again. I personally, I really don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. On the flip side, things could shift back to the way the gaming used to be. And I'm talking about like a few odd decades ago where Xbox or Sega, and then Xbox kind of took over the mantle from Sega, had a lot of, I'm doing the air quotes right now, the American shooter sports, like racing type games, and Sony and Nintendo would get the Japanese games. But with the prices of these games and the way that the industry is and how the economy and stuff is right now, this could put a strain on the market because not everybody's going to be able to have the Infinity Stones of consoles. You know that Phil Spencer and them boys over at the box, they not gonna take this lightly, which either means they probably go back on their word when it comes to sharing all their games, like especially, you know, the Elden Rings, as well as that behemoth called Call of Duty, COD. Even though it does feel like they got all these IPs now, and Xbox still don't know what to do with it. How the hell do you buy Rare? You have Conquer, Jet Force Gemini, Banjo-Kazooie, and Perfect Dark. a cameo and you don't know what to do with them? All right, Xbox. All right, Xbox. Me and Microsoft Monopoly and X, Y, and Z, especially on the Sony side, really, is because if I look back to how they just did with Funimation when they merged with Crunchyroll and all of the folks' digital things that we bought and saved and we spent our hard-earned dollars, rupees, greppas on, our coins, they just took it away with no rhyme or no reason. Also, they just did the same thing when it came to PlayStation. The PlayStation Plus, they just wiped shit away clean, like it never was there. As a matter of fact, it just hit me personally because I don't pay for PlayStation Plus anymore, but I was like, you know what? I want to stream San Andreas, and one of the homies told me San Andreas is actually on PlayStation Plus right now. So instead of getting it for on sale when it was on sale on Steam for $30, I said, you know what? I'll get it on PlayStation because if I get it on PlayStation when I'm streaming or I can do other things in the background, that way it won't eat up my system. You know, it won't bog down my system, drain my CPU. So I'll get it on PlayStation because it's an external source. Got it on PlayStation, install it on my system, but apparently Sony decided to remove it. Now, it's already installed on my PlayStation, so I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute. Sony already raised the price to PlayStation Plus from $9.99 to $14.99 now, and when I'm looking at the TOS, the Terms of Services, you don't get the free monthly game anymore with just the basic $14.99. You have to upgrade to the $17.99, so which is the premium. So I'm like, okay, so I'll pay the extra $2 just so I can play San Andreas. You know what I mean? Let me just stream San Andreas. It's one of them games I could just stream and just play. I don't have to have too much thought into it. You're shooting, you're robbing, you whatever you say, asshole. You CJ, you know? So my game is still locked, and I don't want to pay any extra money to the extra, which they call it, which is the max. I think it's like $19.99 a month just to play San Andreas, which I do still have for the PS2. I just don't like the way it looks on PS2 anymore on modern systems. I do want it to look at least halfway decent, halfway remastered, halfway clean. I mean, at least I do get a chance to play some of Sony's exclusive games like Legend of Dragoon, which I still need to download right now before they take it away. But even with that, even if I download it, Sony still can take it away. And Sony's been doing a lot of questionable actions lately, not only with this Crunchyroll and Funimation and with their PlayStation Pluses, and I mean, the PlayStation Pro, if you don't have a PlayStation 5, I mean, okay, I see why you would get the PlayStation 5 Pro, but they also just did this weird thing at Target and Walmart's, and I'm confused. The digital PlayStation 5 dropped from $499 to $350 a week before Black Friday, but what's the Black Friday sale gonna be? Is Sony really that desperate for money? And I do love playing some of the games on Sony, namely the RPGs. So I'm blessed that most of the games that I do play on Sony or Game Pass or Nintendo, well, not Nintendo, that's a whole different subject. I do play those games that they are third-party games. So a lot of times they are on other systems, but really, to be honest, a lot of these moves and stuff that these companies are doing, is really pushing me to game almost primarily on PC. But even with that, a lot of this stuff that's happening with the mergers can also affect the Steam and PC games when they launch. Folks are still waiting for Rebirth for PC, which it seems kind of crazy, right? Like, it should have been out right now, right? I guess the only thing we can do right now is just get your popcorn and your drinks ready and just like wait out and see what happens. Also, get your physical games up. I mean, Sony and Xbox has already shown us that physical is over with them. And I have a theory. I really feel that this new Nintendo, whatever it's going to be, which I guess I don't want to go too far into that because I should just do a separate video talking about my expectations of what I think the new Nintendo is going to be, what I would like it to be. Compete. But we know Nintendo don't compete no more. They do their own lane. This new Switch iteration or new Nintendo that's going to be dropping next year is probably going to be the last physical console, but my theory is that this new Nintendo is only going to be physical for the old Switch backward compatible games. And all of the new games, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost guaranteeing it, that it's going to be all digital for the new games. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you have all the systems like Thanos and you got each one on each finger? Do you care? Do you play Dark Souls and Elden Ring? I don't. Really, what affects me more is the anime, because if they get the anime and they lock down anime, it could be like what Netflix does when they get anime. They don't always do the right thing, like Spike Lee joint, you know? But let me know in the comment section below, and if you did like this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel a lot, and it's free 99. And if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all things games, entertainment, anime, sprinkle with some of that comedy, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I make geekly content here on the channel all the time. And as always, in a web, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.